Recording Shine Bright Nation Team Call Tuesday, February 6th, 7th, 2017. It doesn't feel like Tuesday. I swear I thought it was Saturday. Somebody said that at the airport this morning. I'm like, okay, awesome. We will go. Oh, I cannot minimize when I'm recording. Well, that's just great. Can I look at a different screen? Just one sec, guys. I think there is only one person on the board yet, which, come on, guys, Team Cup. Oh, that is so weird, you guys. The only person on the board with points is a discount coach, who I have no idea why she would have 2 points on the board. I will reach out to her and find out what she's doing. I think that's all. If anyone has points, tell me, but I think it was just her. But Tamara's volume is through the roof. You're at 443 for volume, which is awesome, girl. Ashley Miners is at 180. There's far too many zeros for my eyes to look at. That makes me sad. Whoa, Alicia has 270 volume. That's fantastic. So volume is good, but obviously with the big Team Cup month, Team Cup captains, I do want to do a call with you guys just to see where you're at with your team and what you're doing with your team, because we should be not on our team, with our team every single day, pouring into them. And immediately, it's kind of crappy timing with the trip that I was on because the Wi-Fi there was so patchy. I couldn't do all the things I wanted to do. I would get the notification that one of you had messaged me, but I couldn't go, it wouldn't load messages. So I'd see the first line of your message and then be like, I have no idea what was said in that message until I got to where there was Wi-Fi. So it was really patchy and really hard to work. But either way, it is Team Cup month, and our focus just needs to be on all the conversations, because if we're having all the conversations, that is where the people will come from for the things to happen. Now, Rebecca, you had asked me, I did get that message today. I haven't been responding to messages quite. But about cost being, that's awesome, Leslie. It's fantastic. That's a busy inbox is what that is. And that is a good way for things to be. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, when it comes to price objections, and also with questions, if anyone has questions like that, because that's something we all face, like it's something that we all have, definitely post in the team page so we can all see the answer and all, because it might bring up new ideas for other people for how they're going to react to price things. But in my experience, when it comes to price, I have talked too much about what it is and not enough about what it can be for them. Like a price objection is almost always, and this isn't like a bad thing, it's a very common thing when we first start, is the translation of the value. Because you said you're breaking down the package, which is awesome. Like you're letting them know what they're going to get, and you know the value of it, but that doesn't matter. People don't care what you know, they care what you feel, and they care about themselves. So that's why we say to ask questions, because people will love for you to ask them, okay, tell me why that's too much right now, or tell me what's something you think you could cut to make that happen. Or you said to me, like, if you know their why, if you know why they want to do a challenge group or why they need what you're putting out there, they've told you, I'm miserable and everything I've tried isn't working, but damn, that's way too expensive. You can react with, look, you're telling me that everything you've tried so far hasn't worked. So what, I understand why you would think this wouldn't work, but what about the money back guarantee, right? Like they will get full money back if they get no results or hate Shakeology or whatever it might be. They can send it back. And I always use that because that really speaks to the value, because it's like, what other company will do that with a product like this, right? That you can send it back, drink all Shakeology and send it back and get a full refund. So there's also tons of videos on YouTube for reactions to that. It'd be great if you guys have any that you have turned around, like that has been a price objection that you've turned around into a successful new client. If you could share that in Shine Bright Nation, that'd be awesome to share, because it is something we all encounter a lot, right? So that is definitely something. The other thing I was going to mention is I don't have our February schedule up yet because I was away. I do know this. I was thinking that because it's Team Cup month, I was thinking it'd be awesome if you guys within your team cups did your own happy hours, because I don't, you know what I mean? Like that's an awesome way for you guys are already really working closely together, or should be within your team cup teams, and sponsoring new coaches is part of like helping you rank advance, which gives you success or points for the team cup as well. So I think that would be a good idea. Like I might do I really haven't planned it out yet, but like for my Team Cup team, we will do like a webinar or a happy hour or something, sort of playing around with how it will be. But I think that'd be an awesome thing for each of us to do with our individual Team Cup teams, because I think that the people that are on Team Cup teams are the ones that are serious about sponsoring coaches and moving their business, right? Like those that are actually participating. So that was my thought on that, and I wanted to throw that out there. And feel free to play around with it, like with who you're speaking to for happy hour. Use your voice. Like maybe it's different than how we've been doing our happy hours. Maybe there's something that you don't hear in our happy hours that your person would want to hear. So really run with it and own it as your thing for the people you want to sponsor. Okay, and with that, I want to get to the content of tonight's call. So I had this thought. I'm going to tell a little story from Mexico. And kick down cups. Sorry, guys, just a second. On the first morning I was there, the very first morning we were there, so we've been there for the night, and then we're there. We're all sitting by the pool. We'd all saved spots by the pool and the chairs that actually like sit in the pool, which was awesome. Those are like the dream chairs. You'd want to be in that spot. And some of the guys that work at the resort come by and they're like, hey, senorita, kayak race at blah, blah, blah time. And we're like, no, we're not really kayak racers. Please go away. But Nicola was like, no, we should totally do that. Like we're on vacation. We should totally do the things. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'd had a couple of drinks. Why not? Let's do this kayak race. So they said they would call us that. And I told them though, because I'd forgotten my hat, I'm like, I'm only doing it if I win a hat. And they're like, okay, we'll give you a hat. That's totally fine. So sure enough, at 11 o'clock a.m., like they call our name. So they're saying, senorita so-and-so, so-and-so. And so it was Nicola, myself, oh, let's not trust my memory, Melissa Zimmerman, other blurry people. I know, but Taylor participated, Lindsay Hill participated. Like, so there's a big group of us that participated. So they got us out there and they made us wear really hot, dorky helmets. They were fantastic. And it was basically in the one pool. So two of the girls had to stand on the island of the pool, and then one was standing where I was, and I was in the kayak. And I had to race another guy on a kayak and paddle over to go pick up Nicola, get her on, paddle back, get the next girl, paddle back, get the next girl. And whoever came back with all four of their team without tipping their kayak was the winners. And then there was another round, and then it was the two winners compete against each other. So our team won, which baffles me because I've never even been in a kayak before, but somehow we won. And it was so fun, and we all won prizes, and like they had all this music, and it was so fun. And I remember talking to Brad that morning and being like, so far this morning I won a kayak race, and it was a lot of fun. And so I really thought about it because I said to Nicola after, I'm like, that is something I never would have done. So thank you for saying we should just do this. Like, we're here, we should just do this. Let's get out of your comfort zone, Karina, and do this. And then we begged, like we had to beg. Oh, Alex was doing it too. We had to beg them to do it. We're like, no, we need another team. You can't quit. You have to do it. And they did. And so I had this thought of that's basically what we're doing when we are inviting to our business and when we are inviting to a challenge group. It sounds so cheesy, but I really felt overjoyed that I'd done that. It was participating in a cheesy resort game, but I was overjoyed that my Friday morning had consisted of a kayak race and winning a baseball cap. That thrilled me. I'm like, when did that become my reality? And when is that something? Because everyone's around watching you, right? They make a big deal out of the fact that there's something happening in the pool. And I just thought about how when you're inviting your person to your challenge group or to coaching, their first reaction is likely going to be no. It's not something I want to do. I see how you guys do it. You're posting sweaty selfies and you're doing your workouts, and I'm not comfortable doing that. And they're feeling all the fears. I don't want to wear the dorky helmet. Like, they're thinking all the things that will hold them back from doing it. And then once they begin and they become immersed in the community and they sell their first challenge pack and they sign their first coach, and all these moments in their coaching journey that come, they start getting that feeling of, why would I ever not decide to do this? You know what I mean? And so we have to really, really think about what made us begin. I was one girl who's dead against a group, but saw my post about it and other people joining it. That's awesome. Exactly, right? Like, it's contagious. Like, because then the next time they announced the kayak race, there were more people that wanted to do it because it looked so fun and they saw prizes. So that's why our sharing about what we're doing is so critical. Sharing, yes, I really don't understand when I see a coach who doesn't post a sweaty selfie or who doesn't post about their shake on some level. Like I'm saying, please don't kiss your Shakeology bag. Don't do that. But who doesn't post about something about how it makes them feel or what it looks like or what they're putting in it that day and why. Who doesn't post about being on a team call. You guys used to do that a lot, and we don't anymore. Almost every Tuesday night, all of us used to take like a picture of the team call and throw it up there. Yeah, on it, doing it now. Everybody smile. But we always used to do that. And then you use your hashtags, like hashtag my tribe, hashtag Shine Bright Nation, hashtag your team name, so that they see there is more to this. If you earn a prize, like the webinar tomorrow, if you've earned the webinar, you talk about it. If I send you something in the mail, you post about it, because that shows your team is a community. They're not just these people that you randomly see connected on Facebook. This is your community. This is your family who's in this with you. And that's almost one of the biggest pieces of this, is that community. So going back to my original point, though, is when people see the fun you're having, they want to be a part of the fun. Like it's contagious, it's exciting. They think maybe I could get in the kayak, maybe that wouldn't be such a bad thing. Like they want to get in on it. Yeah, see, there I found a ton of recipes on your page. See, it's true. And like the longer you're a coach, like things will pop up in your memories from Facebook. Yeah, it's not exactly, Leslie. It's all about the journey and the community. And that was really evident in Mexico. In fact, I think that more than all the drinks and all the good times, it was really, truly unique, you guys. You all must be there next year, because it was so unique. I mean, let's face it, the 14 diamonds that were there, we all have strong personalities. It's why we are where we are. So for a group of 14 strong women to get together, and we had concerns about doing the all-inclusive resort. Like when Rosa, Ali, and I were planning it, we had concerns because at the house, we were all together. So it was easy to have fun and just do our things together. Yes, you guys are. You're all going for sure. So there was concerns about that because we were all in different rooms. Rosa was on one floor with Melissa and Lizzie. I was on another floor with Sarah and Nicola. And then the other girls were downstairs. But somehow we all still stuck together. Nobody split off and did their own thing. Like some girls might have meandered and gotten a massage or whatever. But for the most part, every dinner was together. All the day was together on the beach. And it wasn't forced. And everybody got along. Like there was no drama, not one stitch of drama between that group of 14 women. And if you had ever told me, who I'm sure I've said this before, I'm not a girl. Like I'm not usually with a group of ladies. I always connected better with guys just because drama. So that was just the thing I do. Yeah, Buffy, you turd. But you won't next year. Next year, that'll be a different situation. It's all good. I mean, everything is where it's meant to be, right? But you were missed. Like, seriously, I was like, why is she not here? But that stood out to me so much because we're all different. Like, we're talking about different things and different, like, beliefs or whatever it might be. And there was never a moment of like, oh, for real? Like that didn't happen. Everybody connected, got along. And even though we were like not on a work trip per se, like we're sharing ideas and like different people were brainstorming. And it's like, where else is that a thing? In what other company? Like picture yourself in a corporate office with 14 beautiful, like powerful women that aren't like hating on each other and whispering behind each other's backs. Like that's always been my experience, right? Hashtag boss babes. That's always been my experience. So to be there and to be just so chill with everybody and everybody having so much fun, it was epic. It was absolutely epic. And that's what we are promoting. We are not promoting challenge packs. It's part of it. We are not promoting, a crazy amount of money that you can earn. That's a part of it. We are promoting a community that will lift whoever you're inviting up. Like I can't even think of who I would be if Rosa hadn't reached out to me. I probably eventually would have become who I am now, but I don't think it would have been nearly as fun as the ride. You know what I mean? So you're inviting people to their vehicle to seriously the very best version of themselves and of their lives that they ever thought possible. And please don't think that just because you're not there yet, that's not what you're inviting to, because it still is. It doesn't matter how long you've been a coach or where you are right in this second. You are inviting to the awesome that you are a part of and the awesome that you're going to lead. Because I see you guys, and I know each of you will have that team underneath you, and you'll be doing your own diamond retreats. And like, it's just going to keep being a ripple effect. That's how it works. So one big takeaway from the business side of the kayak trip about inviting people to join you on your kayak was that truly they're not going to be on their own. Like, a lot of what I learned, of course, came from Rosa, but a lot of what I learned came from YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, when I wondered about something, I jumped on YouTube. I watched all the top coaches videos. I think I watched every top 10 coaches little webinars. Like, they almost all have them on their YouTube. So I watched them to see what they were inviting to. I watched them to see what side of the business they were sharing. And that's the blueprint you already get to follow. All the successful coaches share their things. You just need to do them instead of just writing notes about them, right? Because I mean, I've said about a million times, all my notebooks full of all the notes that truly, if I just implemented, I would be so much further ahead. So I just sort of thought about that, like how the high I was on after that silly, oh yeah, Melanie Mitchell's are the best. She's one of my all-time favorites to watch for sure. I mean, top coach 2 years in a row, and that's never been done before, right? Like, the woman's amazing. But yeah, going back to the kayaks, when I think about the high afterwards and the like, just the fun we were all having afterwards, and like, we're all high-fiving each other for having it done, and how ridiculous we look in the pictures, which I'm pretty sure have been posted. I haven't looked at all the pictures yet, but I just really related that to us, like looking at our social media journeys. And you guys, like, I don't know, I never would have thought I'd be posting pictures of myself, like being an absolute dork in my basement. Like, that really wasn't something I planned on country line dancing in front of the world every day live when Country Heat came out. That was not my plan for life, but it's fun. And like, so it's work, but in what other business is that something you can count as part of your job, is to have fun and to encourage other people to do so as well. Like, it's a very positive thing you're inviting to. So I think sometimes we, with inviting, especially to the business, we get hung up thinking we're inviting them to a network marketing company, which we are, or that we are, what's wrong, Sarah? I'm watching Sarah's face. I'm like, aw, poor baby. We can't hear her, but she looks sad. Like, we are inviting to a network marketing company, but that's not what you're inviting to. You're inviting to your community. You're inviting to your tribe. And if it's truly somebody who should be in your tribe, you should have no problem sharing that. Like, when I invited, I mean, she's now quit, and that sucks because she would rock this. But when I invited this one girl, I said, like, are you in or are you out? Like, you're beautiful, you're fit, you love doing the things I do anyways. Would you just join already? Like, I literally said that way. And she's like, yeah, actually, I really am going to now. And she did that night. So when you're speaking to your person, you don't have to do a script. You just talk like you're talking to your best friend. And you all know people that want this, especially even if you weren't on that trip. They all saw the pictures. If you liked or commented on any one of those pictures, it showed up in your friends' news feeds too. So they see the greater part of it, like the greater picture of this. I'm not saying the greater part, I'm saying the greater picture, the bigger picture of these trips. And like, seriously, this is a part of their job. And yes, it is. It is, and it's amazing. So yeah, I just had that thought of the fun we're inviting to, and the community, and that maybe if we take out that ickiness of inviting them to this coaching thing and replace it instead of, I'm inviting them to be a part of my tribe with me, inviting would become an easier thing for us to do. Because it's something that our team, I'm going to be perfectly honest, other than Leslie and her 60 invites, our team sucks at inviting you guys. We really do, because it's evident in the amount of coaches who are not being sponsored to our team, and myself included. I do invite and I do sponsor, but not what I should be, not for my goals. it's nowhere near where I need to be at. So we need to take our own goals seriously and ask ourselves, like, if I'm not sponsoring 4 coaches a month, am I going to hit the goal I have for myself this year? And am I okay with not hitting that goal? And if you are, then don't push for that goal. Like, if it doesn't bother you at all to not hit it, don't push for it, because why? But for me, if I think about finishing this year, which will be my 4th full year as a coach, not being an elite coach, I will be devastated and I will really question myself. So that has to happen. And that means I have to, it's funny. I just pulled off, like, this is my January calendar. And at the bottom of it, I had written, Paris is happening. I will see the Eiffel Tower, because that's going to happen. I wrote, we are debt-free in 2017. Brad doesn't go back to work. I empower women to live in freedom. I empower women to love themselves. Money enables me to live my purpose. I am done with settling for minimum. Like, I had written that out on this calendar, and I was about to translate it into my February calendar, and I already did. I'd already written out, I guess, when I wrote this out, I wrote that same thing out, but I also wrote debt-free, and debt-free is your reality. Sloan and Weston deserve a life without debt. Like, you have to set the intention and then do the things that will make that intention happen. Because we all talk about positivity and personal development and how that changes, and it does. It is the number one piece. But guess what? It doesn't work without applying. So we can do all the personal development we want in the world, but we've got to apply that, like, always. So yeah, that's really all I had, you guys, because I'm tired. So if you have questions or anything that's going on that you want to talk about that has to do with whatever, we're here. Also, I got my sweatshirt that I'm obsessed with. I just needed that to be known. Installing muscles with my unicorn lifting. Enough people have tagged me, and I'm like, I bought it already. I've got it coming in the mail. Does anyone have any questions or stuff? Unmute, type, whatever you want. Drank my Energize too soon. Enjoy your workout. I told Nicola I was going to work out today, but I'm not. I'm pretty sure if I tried to lift weights tonight, I would injure myself, and I don't feel that's a good idea. Team Z, yes, it's amazing. And Alicia, you're still using where'd she go? Yeah, I'm like, oh, you're in the middle. I'm like, she moved. Where's Alicia? You're still using your Team Z. Ashley's using Team Z. I know Whitney started using it and is crushing her power hours. And Nicola started using it too. And it's true. I see evidence of that. From Alicia's Success Club and everything. Yeah, so Buffy, for one thing though, because the $40 is a business expense. So you can claim that right at the end of your year as a business expense. So that's actually a good thing. And one all access challenge pack, and that's paid for, right? More than paid for. So that's how I looked at it, is that I'm like, if it's going to earn me more, because everyone that I see using it is earning more, then it's not an expense anymore. It's an investment in my business. Hey, buddy. He's like, who's that? What's she doing? She talked to me. Freak me right out. But yeah, Team Z is, I admit I need to use it, and I do keep saying that. I realize though, you guys, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, right? So if you guys see me sponsoring 10 people a month, I know you will also step it up, because that's what happens. But also, my most successful months, I will do the money call that I wanted to do last week that I didn't get to do. I will do that because I really do want to share the income progression over the last 3 years of me being a coach. What was I going to say about that though? What was I just saying? Literally complete blank. Anyone have any idea what I was just talking about? No one? Oh, my most successful month was February. My most successful time, thank you. That's exactly what I needed to get it back. And my most successful time as being a coach, my highest income came from last year, February, March, April, and then May was my highest grossing month, which is weird to me, but it's, I guess, just before summer, so that makes sense. But in those months is when I was waking up at 4:45 or 5 o'clock every morning and doing 30 minutes of personal development, 30 minutes. I would read for 30 minutes and feel like, maybe I should be inviting or whatever, but I would do my personal development. I would do my invites before anything else. And then I would do the rest of the things I had to do for my power hour. That's when my business was the most successful for me. was that time. And it wasn't easy. I mean, I was exhausted and I didn't want to, but I just did the work. And then I felt so much more productive during the day. I'm like, it's done. I know, Buffy, you girl, you and your sleep. Yeah. That's a situation. That's a thing. Yeah, it's hard, honestly, but the more you do it, like Shalene Johnson actually has, I'm so not a morning person. Ask anyone that was on the trip. I was not. I'm like, just don't talk to me until I've at least 2 sips of coffee, and then I'm a nicer human being, I swear. Yes. And the thing is too, though, because I used to be a more successful night owl, but I am a crappy mom if I stay up until 1 or 2 in the morning doing the things. And also I no longer am as productive in the evening. So when I switch it to mornings, so I'm like, I felt empowered at the beginning of my day. I felt like, got that done, check that off the list. I feel empowered checking things off my list, right? So when I did that, what was I going to say that prompted me to do that though? It wasn't The Miracle Morning because I hadn't read it yet, but that is an amazing book if you haven't read it, The Miracle Morning. But it was more so that I felt like I was in control. I wasn't waking up when the kids woke me up. I wasn't waking up, like because Brad was awake and I heard him. I was waking up because I chose to wake up for my business. So I just acted like I had a shift that started at 5 a.m. and I came down and got it done. And I had my coffee pre-programmed. So I still had my coffee. And then as soon as I heard the kids upstairs going into my room, because that's what they do every morning, I was like, okay, I'm done. And I could close my computer. And even if the world fell down around me that day, my work was already done. Right? And that's my thing lately is a lot of things happen to me during my day that discourage me from wanting to be productive when I should be. So at least it was checked off my list. But I just thought it was interesting that when I was doing that is when my business was the most successful. So it had something. For babies, sometimes my Dylan, he wakes me up. You'll hear, I'll be upstairs because he sleeps down here and he's like grunting down here because he wants to go out. I'm like, curse you. You know what, Alicia, for a really long time that happened with, I keep losing your face, with Weston too. It's like the second I would creep down the hall, but the second I got to the stairs, I'd hear, Mom, and I'm like, this was not the plan. When I get up at 5 a.m., I was going to bed between 10:30 and 11. Like I set a schedule for myself. I said I won't be able to get up at 5 if I don't go to bed at this time. And that made that easier too. I was then also getting more quality sleep than I usually get being sporadic, right? Because it's all over the map lately. And it's honestly, you get used to it. Give it a try. But I just know for me that when that became my habit, my work just became more consistent. I felt more productive and I felt more empowered in my business. I felt like I was owning it differently. So something to think on for sure. And I admit I couldn't do it when my babies were little. Like Rosa kept saying to, and I just was like, no, I'm not going to, because my kids, like Weston was waking up at 5:30 before, like when he was littler, right? So I was like, no, that's not going to happen. Yeah, when they're little for sure. I think this was last year. He was already 3, right? So it wasn't as hard, but she did it with her little baby. Rosa did, right? So we're all different for sure. Any questions or anything, guys? While I'm here, and I will get the schedule out. I'm just trying to look who's on the call. Jen is, and Rebecca is, but Terry's not. With the new coach training, I love it. Like, I don't know who's worked through it or looked at it all, but it's awesome. Like, the content that is there is awesome. It is super concise. I still just feel a little, oh, sorry, who's taking pics? I hold my breath. I don't know why. It's not necessary. I could breathe and smile at the same time. Alicia, the link to it is on our page. And then the password is Dream Big 2017 with capital D, capital B. I'll take that. Because that was a question somebody had, was about the password. 2017 bang is the password. but yeah, it's really, really awesome, but I still feel a little bit of a disconnect with it. My recommendation to you guys, if you're doing it with a new coach you sponsor, and I'll re-record a video about how to enroll a new coach, because I still feel a disconnect with my newer coaches. Like, I want to talk to like Rebecca and Terry and stuff, like at least weekly, just as new coaches instead of just all on the team. So my recommendation would be to enroll your coaches in the training, have it on your schedule for when you're going to talk to them every week. For the first 3 weeks, it should be a weekly call with your new coaches, not one-on-one, but a team, like a group call with your new coaches, and a message thread where just those coaches are, so that those new coaches can connect with each other as well and feel a greater sense of community together, instead of just being thrown into the bigger team, right? Yes. So yeah, I still think the content's awesome. I just need a bit, for me, more of a community feel with it, because I don't like sending somebody just to a website. I just don't, that's not my personality. So yeah, Alicia, you'll love it. Like, I mean, we can all benefit from refreshing, right? Like, it's great content in it, and helps with like some small group or some new group, free group ideas. Sarah, did you color your hair? No, maybe it's just the lighting in the when you turned your head to the side. I'm like, it looks so shiny and red right now. It's probably lighting. Could be the situation. Anyone have anything else? Let's get some points on the board, maybe. Just a little thought. So, Kelowna, yeah, April, right? Yeah, I just got back. I can't. Sorry, I'm going to need at least a couple days to think of another weekend of amazingness, because I'm supposed to be thinking about Punta Cana too, and I'm like, I don't even want to go now that I just got back from Mexico. I'm like, I will, but I don't. Success Cloud 5 by Friday, absolutely, Leslie. No, I'm so going. It's Brad's 50th birthday present, right? Yes, he is turning 50 on March. I saw your face. I'm like, I'll answer you. Brad is turning 50 on March 14th. I'm not, just to be clear. Yeah, I know he really doesn't, but he's almost 14 years older than me. So that's his birthday in March. And so I thought that that'd be a pretty cool birthday present to go for, right? But April is happening. That's what Buffy's talking about. If you don't know, is the April Super Saturday, which is on April 7th in Kelowna. And we're going to get like a hotel room and have like all the fun. And it's going to be amazing. April 7th, April 8th is, just kidding, April 8th is the date I meant to say. So I'm super pumped for that. Absolutely. All of us coming, like Tamara's coming, and Trina's coming, and Kim. Is Kim coming? I think Kim is coming. Awesome. And yeah, I'll get the calendar done up. I'll get some sleep. Oh, and tattoo. That's right. You guys are getting your tattoo. Sarah, come. Come. Everybody come. It's a good time. Yeah, I'm looking at the calendar. When I look over here, I'm looking down at my calendar to see if there's anything that was jumping out at me that I need to say, but there's not. I will figure out February's calendar. I want us to like crush some Success Club goals, like not just talk about crushing them, but like crush them like I need to do. I really thought I would have hit it by the time I was in Mexico, but the two people that I talked to about coaching both had some more questions. So I'm talking to them tomorrow. I'm like, I shouldn't talk to them today. That's a bad idea. Hi, buddy. All the kids popping in. All right, guys. Well, then I will let you go unless there's anything else. March 25th. Okay, awesome, Sarah. I have to book mine too. Mine's on my arm, and it's finally going to get done. So I have to get that booked, like stat. It would be amazing if I could do it the same day as who else is doing it here in Kelowna? Trina, you're doing it. Just me. Oh, I thought someone else was on the same day. Okay, so it's just you, and you have your appointment booked already with Nicola's guy, right? Okay, got it.
I'm flying in before the other girls are driving in.
Right.
I'll be there a day before.
Awesome. Oh, just not any specific one. Just we all like tattoos. Just, we want to get tattoos. All the ink, just for fun. But I'm excited to see yours, Trina. And I think it would be one day we'll all get like team ones. We'll brand ourselves. Really, Buffy? That's exciting. That's so fun. He's having fun this evening. Yes, you do. You got to add the new baby. That's who the tiny little head was that you guys were seeing. That's Addie. Look at her. Look at her. Look how sweet she is. She's just teeny. Just love her. Okay, guys, well, I'll let you go, but let's really truly focus on what we're inviting people to, which is, yes, this is an opportunity that will change their lives, but we're inviting them to this community. We're inviting them to get on the kayak and have a life experience that they'll never forget, with all the selfies. That's what we're inviting them to. It's a good time. Is Rebecca typing to us? Okay, just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Okay, love you guys so much. I hope you have a beautiful night, and I'll post the recording right away, okay? Bye for now.